Guys, Mod 17 is coming in like 4 days or 3 days or something like that. Are you guys ready? Because I am. I'm ready. Anyway, today's video is just going to be a catch-up video of sorts where I talk about everything that has changed in relation to Mod 17 in the past few weeks. Basically, I'm going to talk about everything that has been changed or added or removed, since the last time I talked about Mod 17, which was like a month ago or something, a really long time ago. Alright, now that we're all on the same page, and I hope you enjoyed that little lovely cinematic thing of Stardock that I did. It was really fun. The reason I didn't do a video like this sooner, like I was originally planning on doing weekly updates of Mod 17 preview, but the vast majority of the changes for all the weeks are basically just changes related to the new trial, of course, since that's like the central main focus of Mod 17. But I'm not going to go over each of those changes in detail because the vast majority of you don't know the mechanics of the trial and aren't going to benefit from that information, so it would just fall on deaf ears or go in one ear and out the other, and it would basically be wasting your time. So I'm going to talk about things that are more important. I am, however, going to touch on the trial stuff basics, the very basics. So pretty much they adjusted the trial a whole lot over the course of the past month, which is to be expected. They look at the way that players are performing in it and try to adjust it to make it not too hard, but they want it to be difficult, right? So pretty much what they did was adjust the damage that things do a lot. They make stuff do more damage, they made stuff do less damage. They added mechanics, they removed, actually I don't know if they removed any. They changed how a lot of mechanics work. They changed the order of them, they changed the duration of them, they changed the health of at least the second phase, I don't know about the other ones. They changed a whole lot of stuff, and it's a lot different than the last time I ran it. The last time I ran it was right before it went on preview, so it's been a long time, about a month. So I'm going to have to run it on live so that I get a feel for it, and then I can do a mechanics guide, and then there has been mechanics added. So there's definitely more than 20 now. My list was, I think, 19 before, and then a lot of stuff has changed since then, so I can't make the video yet. I don't have enough friends to run it on preview with me, and I also don't know if I have the patience to teach 9 other people how it works. That's probably a bad thing. Okay, so that's enough about the trial. Let's just throw the trial out the window. Sorry, Hallister, but you can go exit stage left now, please. Now it's time to talk about the other stuff. And in case you didn't notice yet, this is basically like another episode of my talk show. So I apologize if you were looking for something not my talk show. But let's start with PvP, since PvP is another one of the main focuses of Mod 17. So they changed a couple things with how PvP works, and I'm not sure how well it's going to go over. One thing, they reduced the stamina regeneration by half. So you're not going to be able to dodge as much, you're not going to be able to shield as much. Basically, you have half as much stamina regeneration as you had before, which is kind of going to suck. And I don't know how well people are going to take to that. The second thing is that they give a passive 15% movement speed buff whenever you're not in combat, but still flagged for PvP so that you can get around a little quicker. I don't know if this is to compensate for the stamina regeneration loss so that you can't, like, dodge or roll or just, sprint as far. I think I wrote these in order of when they were added, since I went through the past 4 patch notes, including the one that was released today. But, I still get things wrong. Also, they disabled companion powers in PvP. So those are like the active bonuses that you have, like the stat bonuses and stuff. Companions themselves were already disabled, so it didn't really make much sense to have the companion powers enabled too. But when reading the comments, apparently they still work. They're going to still work in Icewind Dale because, companions are still available in the Icewind Dale PvP. But people were saying that companion powers do in fact still work, so I don't know if that has been fixed since then. This was a couple weeks ago, but now let's not talk about PvP anymore because nobody really likes PvP very much in this game. There's actually not very many class changes at all, which might be surprising to you guys, but kind of makes sense. They did a whole lot of class stuff with Mod 16, and they don't want to change a ton in Mod 17, other than, of course, the healing, for Paladin and Cleric that I already made a video about. But other than that, they changed 1 thing for Ranger and 2 things for Wizard, but there's also some stuff with Wizard that's still broken. so I'll go over that. But anyway, the only thing that was changed for Ranger was Binding Arrow, and that one is now weak grasping roots instead of strong grasping roots, and it does a little bit more damage to compensate for that. Its magnitude was increased a little bit. And that was it. Whoop-de-doo. Now, Wizard had a few changes made that were in 2 different patches, I believe, but Ray of Frost now only triggers critical conflagration once per crit, instead of, multiple times, so that's going to be less damage there that you're going to have, and then they ended up fixing a lot of things that weren't working with the different powers and the damage buffs, and there was like 5 things, and I didn't bother to write them all down, so they fixed some stuff, but there's also some stuff that's broken. Sharp Edge wrote about this, and it's the only way I know about it, because I don't play a wizard, but the Chilling Advantage feat doesn't even work. It doesn't give you critical severity, and then there was something else with Arcane Power Field, that not working. I think it was a feat not giving the bonus damage from Arcane Power Field. Or maybe it was the other way around. I don't know. But that's something that's still broken. Now, let's talk about this glorious fashion system we have here that I can't really demonstrate it very much. They added these little eye icons for things that you've disabled visuals for, which is nice because before they were just giant red boxes, and that wasn't particularly appealing to look at. But they added in all the dyes that were missing, and there's a lot of dyes here. The thing is, I need to figure out which one is... Oh, this is the one. Harvest Gold. I was going to say I need to figure out which gold color comes from the Masquerade dye pack, but it actually says right there, Harvest Gold, unlocked by converting the Masquerade dye pack from your inventory. Now, a few people were asking me this before, and I'm assuming you guys figured it out by now, but the dyes, you only have to convert them once, and then you have them forever. The basic dyes, the only 2 that are missing are pink and black, and those ones are in the, whatchamacallit, trade bar store, and they're down here. But these basic ones you can apply with the, silver. Actually, it says no cost, which is interesting. They used to cost silver. I don't know if they changed that. There's a lot of dyes in this game. And then they also fixed the hairstyles for the Gith clipping with their face and their ears, so it kind of looked like the hair was like inside their face, which is kind of disturbing, to be honest. A little bit like the werewolf syndrome that some people have the misfortune of having, where they just grow a ton of hair everywhere, all over their face. That would just destroy me if I had that. But anyway, that's way off topic. Yeah, okay. On another off-topic in regards to faces, somebody in my Discord posted a picture of character creation where they had the option to select no face as an appearance. Like, you know how whenever you select your face shape or like your eyes or whatever, there is an option for no face at all. I feel like that's not intended because you just literally wouldn't have a face and you'd just have floating eyeballs and a floating mouth. That's what the preview picture was. And that's terrifying, okay? Terrifying. By the way, you should join my Discord and share terrifying photos of your characters. And lastly, in my random category, for some reason I have stronghold decorations in the fashion category. I'm just a really smart human, but there's new stronghold decorations, and at least one. There's at least one, and I only know of this one because it was mentioned in the patch notes. There's one called the Calm Mage, which, Hallister is known as the Mad Mage, so the Calm Mage, I'm kind of curious what that one looks like. Either it's Hallister but actually calm, or it's a different mage entirely, or I don't know. Also, I'm going to go back to the trial for a minute. There was an article about the trial that was released, and there's a reward. I believe it was for not dying. When I read it, I got the impression that it was for if nobody in your group dies, or if you don't die, one of the two, you get a Hallister cloak. And it's the cloak that he wears. It has all the eyeballs on it, and it's kind of creepy looking. But I did not have that written down, but it just occurred to me that I forgot about it, so I figured I should mention it. Okay. So now we have a few general things that don't really fit in any category. Alright, there is one fashion-related thing that I don't have in the fashion category. Anyway, currently, in this current version of Preview, Dragonborns cannot equip the 3 head things that they can actually wear. And that's a sad time, because that's Jarl's Gaze and whatever the other 2 ones are. I actually don't know what the other 2 are. The headpieces that Dragonborn can equip that you can actually see. But anyway, that's not working right now, but it's not intentional, so hopefully it's fixed before it goes live, because my Barbarian wears Jarl's Gaze, and I'm gonna be really sad if he doesn't have laser eyeballs on Tuesday. Next thing, the T-Rex Legendary Mount Combat Power, the one that increases the enemy's damage taken by 10%, yeah, that one. It doesn't stack anymore, so if there's 5 people in your group that have that, it's not going to be 50% increased damage taken. It'll only be 10%. But if more than one person casts it at the same time, it overrides it and refreshes the duration. So it's not going to be completely wasted. But it's a bad idea to cast them at the same time. And also, this is probably the most major change that I noticed, other than the trial stuff, obviously, but the most major change of something general that I noticed in these patch notes, and that is tactical enchantments. The bonus healing that you get from them was reduced to be in line with companion influence, which is the dark enchantments, and I don't really know how I feel about that, because that means that you're going to be getting a lot less bonus healing, like significantly less, because I think tacticals were like 15% or something at the highest rank. Something like that, and that's a lot of bonus healing. You could stack that 5 times and have whatever 15 times 5 is bonus healing. Now, Companion Influence right now is, at rank 11 is 3.7%. Yeah, it gains 0.5%, rank 12, 4.2. It gains 0.5% per rank. So at rank 15, that's another 1.5%, so you'd get like 5.7% bonus incoming healing with tacticals. Tacticals themselves were really, really good, and not a lot of people realized that. And not a lot of people were using them, and in Mod 17 that was going to be one of my biggest recommendations, especially for the trial, to get some of those and use those, but now they have like a third of the effect that they used to. And it's funny because in the patch notes, tactical enchantments weren't mentioned specifically, or it said they reduce the healing boost from enchantments to be in line with companion influence, and you know, it's pretty obvious that that's tactical versus dark. So, I mean, they could have just said that. Anyway, I think the last thing I need to talk about is Lionheart weapons, and we're going to take a look at them because they updated them a lot. The last time I talked about them, they had a completely different set bonus. They had the same item level as the Mod 16 weapons, and yeah. Now, I just heard a spooky noise. I think it's Stardock, or a train. I don't know which one. Okay. So now the Lionheart weapons have 1010 item level. They have more weapon damage, 120 more than the Mod 16 sets, and the set bonus is very good. It's definitely the best weapons available in the game. Just the set bonus included in that, but also, of course, because, you know, bonus-based damage means you're going to be doing more damage. So the set bonus now is you get 10% bonus damage as long as your stamina is full, and it decreases as your stamina decreases. So if you're not dodging around a lot, or if you're not blocking a lot with a shield, then you're going to always have that 10% damage buff, and that's very good. And it also decreases the damage you receive by up to 10% whenever your stamina is empty. So basically you do more damage, and then it turns more defensive as your stamina decreases, and turns more offensive as your stamina increases. Very good, very good. I really like them, and these weapons drop from Hallister in the trial. It's only 1 per group, I believe. 1 per group as in 1 per queue group, not 1 per party. And then you can also buy them in Stardock for Lost Scrolls of the Void, and I am not sure where you get those yet. Also, while we're looking at gear, let's look at the new gear again. They all have icons now, and the shirts and pants. They all have the same bonus as the Mod 16 ones, reduce cooldowns of your encounters whenever you crit, and gaining action points. It's the exact same as the current ones, just with different stats, better stats on them. There's so many different pants for different stat variations, I guess. Ooh, I like this one. 4,000 deflection. Yes, please. I can even, yeah, I will definitely take these. Pants of the, oh, just kidding. Pants of the Duelist. It does not say where you get these from. All the rings you can get from Expeditions or Tower of the Mad Mage. I think these are all Tower of the Mad Mage, actually, and then the companion gear is the Expedition. But yeah, Tower of the Mad Mage, and then the 1, 2, and 3 variants. They don't actually have 1, 2, and 3, but... And only the +4 and +5, I'm just going to call them that, variants actually have a bonus on them. The +5 just has more stats on it, basically. Other than that, the bonus is the same. I think I talked about these before, but... they're pretty cool. There's one that gives ranged powers, 3% more damage, has 20,000 accuracy on it. There's a melee variant that has 20,000 armor penetration. There's one for Atwell and encounter powers that gives 20,000 combat advantage, but it also makes your dailies do 30% less. So I don't know if that one's really going to be worth it or not. But yeah, there's a lot of new rings. Yeah, Atwell powers do 3% more damage with accuracy and combat advantage. a whole bunch of stuff, pretty much. Yeah, and now companion gear. Look at all this companion gear. And I love the icons, they're all so colorful, but there's so much good stuff in here, I just want all of it. And these come from the new expeditions, so I'm definitely going to be doing those. But yeah, these are all 1010 item level as well, so that means the highest item level possible is probably going to be like 28 or 29,000, I think. Because you could get to 27 in mod 16, and then adding all this is like another 30 item level for every piece of gear. Plus a lot of people were using not the highest gear in mod 16, so yeah, I'd probably say around 29,000 is going to be the highest item level. It's just a guess. That's a lot of item level. Soon it will be over 30,000. And that's even more item level. The 1000 item level expedition gear is all in here. And there's a pair of arms, a pair of gloves, that give your encounter powers 3% bonus damage. So this is going to replace old gear that you had before that you were saving, the turret grips and the other stuff. I forget. But is there only one that does that? When you kill an enemy, you get 5% bonus power. Seems good. Kill an enemy, 1% action points. Not bad. Yeah, these are another boots that I basically already have. 200 power for each enemy you're engaged in battle, 250 power. So these ones are just better. So I will definitely be picking up this one. And it has deflection on it. Yes. Okay. What else is in here? The Butcher's Remedy and stuff. These are the equip powers on the pieces. They heal you or give you power, pretty much. I wonder if this one actually works, because in the Ebonized one, the one where you hit stuff and it's supposed to give you like 1% power, stack up to 10, never worked. And this one is the same thing, but stacks up to 5, and I don't know if it actually works, I wonder. 1% armor penetration, at-will powers do 3% more damage. And this is also arms, though, so there's an arms that increases encounter damage and an arms that increases at-will damage, which is interesting. And then all this stuff down here is the previous ones. So that's in there, but none of the newer stuff is in here. So actually, the artifact set's in here too. The Belt of the Mad Mage, Necklace of the Mad Mage, and Halaster's Blast Scepter. So whenever you have this set, whenever you stand still for 6 seconds, you gain 5% bonus damage and movement speed for 6 seconds, which also seems pretty decent. I don't know if people are still going to be using the Demogorgon set. I imagine they would, because this is not a constant buff, and that one kind of is. Like, you at least get something all the time. Belt of the Mad Mage has intelligence and charisma on it. Defense accuracy, and then this one has, yeah, 5. Okay, that's all pretty normal, pretty standard. It's the same item level. I wonder if that needs to be updated too. It's the same item level as the current sets. I'm just rambling on and on and on. I hope you guys don't mind. I haven't actually recorded a video in over a week, like almost 2 weeks since I've actually recorded a real video that's not like the VIP key opening or anything like a real long length, full length video. And the Blast Scepter has 6,000 hit points, 3,000 power, and 1,500 crit, and damage resistance is lowered by 15% of the enemies when you use it. Ooh. You know, honestly, I like it. And it looks like it could be cool. I like it. Okay, that's my opinion. Was this always here? I thought there was just the golden pants, but apparently there's epic golden robes and a legendary golden crown fashion item. I've never seen a legendary fashion item before. But it's here now. Alright, that's it for me today. Thank you guys for listening if you listened this far. I just kind of went on a huge rant about Mod 17 and gear and stuff, so hope you guys don't mind. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, give me your thumb to add to my thumb collection, because one day I will have the most thumbs in the world, and I'll be able to use like 20 million phones at once. Oh, one last thing. If you're interested in knowing how I am making those little cinematic things like the one you saw in the beginning, let me know. I was thinking about maybe making a video or two about it, but want to judge the interest first. Okay, I'll leave you guys alone now. Bye!